After spending 2 months on the boat having cold showers, it was time to install my new water heater. The old one was completely buggered, so the new quick 20-litre water heater was ready to be installed. This install was super easy. If you need to do this project yourself, give it a shot. If I can do it, so can a malnourished possum, so have no fear and crack on. We have just 2 cabins left for the BVI's Odyssey Sailing Festival in December of this year. Sailing with Eric from No Bullshit Just Sailing and Captain Glenn from Below Deck Yacht. If you want to check out those tickets and see what the festival is about, go to www.theoceancruisers.com. But for now, enjoy watching a filthy northerner try to be a plumber on the internet. Right, so water heater time. It's about time I had a warm shower instead of a cold 360 30-seconder. Losing my pride. Boys know what I mean. Cold showers aren't that masculating. Right, so this is the old one. This is a big Raritan. I think it's a 30-litre or a 40-litre or something like that. 1700 watt. This thing is buggered. Completely doesn't work. So it's been looped out basically. The cold here just feeds straight into the hot water connection for the boat. I need to get these ones. I think these are 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. I've no clue. It's stupid in Europe. Everything is metric apart from this stuff. Plumbing, they're still on the inches, still on the imperial for plumbing. So I've got to get some of these that connect to, I think, 1 inch. Yeah, so this is 3/4. The existing ones are 1, so I need to get a couple of these that connect to 3/4, so I need to get some adapters for the other side. I'm going to connect this to the heat exchanger as well, but I'm going to figure that out after I've just plugged it in. I'm going to have to take this water heater out before I figure that, and then I think the coolant will drain, which is fine because I need to put new coolant in anyway. But I might need to remove this cabinetry here. Hopefully I don't, although it doesn't look too complicated, but it's probably complicated. It doesn't look it, probably is. So yeah, I'm just going to go and grab some supplies for this. Right, so I've just started taking apart all this. The top comes off easy enough. I think this just comes apart from here, but I've got to get access to these, which means I need to disconnect this AC unit and shift it over a bit. Cool, right, got this a bit more free. So this was a pain in the arse because it was connected into that. I've had to cut this because there's just no way I could manoeuvre that piece. This is like the drainage plate for the air conditioning, so I've had to chop that. I'll need to put a new piece on the end of there. But yeah, this now gives me access to these screws down here, and so I can basically lift this straight out. But I've got a video to edit and then I'm going to go to sleep. I've got a podcast to edit with Nate from Expedition Drench. Check that one out if you've never watched his channel. He's a cool dude. He's got 2 ginormous steel boats. One of them's got a shark cage on it that he's cruising around the world. He's in Langkawi at the moment. Awesome. So yeah, this is what this is what this looks like. The new one is considerably smaller. Like the new one's tiny. It's just one of these like little modern European ones. It's called Quick. It's super light. It's 20 litres. But like 20 litres is actually enough. On our old boat, on the Moody 34, we had a 15 litre, and that was actually fine. Like we were never short of hot water with a 15 litre one. You can see how much the wood has changed colour as well. Look at what it's meant to be like, and look at what it is now. It's really shit. The varnish has lost its like amber colour, which is crap. But where I'm repainting, and you can see there, it's gone nice and dark again. Oh, that's a shame. Never mind. Right, that's it for tonight. Adios. Right, so we're about to get this thing out. I've had to slice the pipes for the heat exchanger that go in, which are these 2. A bit of coolant came out, but not that much. The coolant pipes for the heat exchanger inside here are like right at the top of the engine, so I think it's only getting turned over when the pressure picks up when the coolant gets hot. Okay, that got challenging. Everything got in the way. And I lost the little widescreen thing on here. Oh no, I didn't, that's there. That's fine. Cool, right, so that's out. Wasn't... Let's get that on. There you are, now you can see more. Cool, so here it is, rusty old piece of shit. It's falling to bits, this thing. Just completely filled with rust on the inside, horrible. So I'm going to clean in here, then I'm going to get the new one in. I'm going to connect it up to the water, then I'm going to figure out the heat exchanger connections. Because I've got to get some little pieces that'll go inside here, and then fit onto a half-inch plumbing piece, which is what that thing needs. Which I don't think should be too difficult. I think I should be able to manage that. Let's get it in. Let's get the new one put in place. But I'm having a cup of tea first. Cool, so this is the new one here. So this is the 20 litre quick water heater. We've got engine heat exchanger in, engine heat exchanger out. I'll be dealing with that next week. Cold water in, hot water out. So these are the two that I'm going to be focusing on today, and then that's just a little pressure release valve there. So it comes with these brackets here that go underneath like that, and then I've got these things which like hold it in place. So I just want to figure out exactly how these cool. Right, so that's it in there. I'm gonna go and get my extension, and then I can get this plugged in. Alright, so these are the two extension bars I've got here. Then I've got 1/2 inch, and then I've needed to upgrade those to 3/4 because these existing pipes have got 3/4 inch on them. So those two are on, and those go straight onto the water heater. Right, so because the old one was knackered, instead of this going into the old water heater, they fed it straight back into the hot. So I'm now disconnecting these. So these two are going to be disconnected, and this is the cold. It's going to be connected into one of these, and then the hot separately is going to be connected into one of these, which are going to go into cold at the bottom and hot at the top. But first we need to disconnect these and drain all the water out. I'm probably going to come gushing. So for some reason the cold is a male piece, and then the hot is a female piece, which is fine. So for the female pieces, we've got the rubber inside, but this one here is going to need a bit. So put a bunch on, then once you get to the end, just toughen it up a little bit, get a few more wraps on it. That's enough. Oh, my mistake, I need to get a bit more on there as well, because that one is going inside there, so I'll wrap this up too. Cool. That's what that looks like. Right, so I've got it all plumbed in and it's working. So yeah, just getting this plumbed in now into the little box here, and then we're good to go. No, blocked on. Right, cool. So that's in. Looking good. I just want to read the instructions to see if there's a specific way you need to commission it before you turn the electricity on. I don't want to blow the bloody thing up. Bloody €500. I want to send it to hell before I've even got it making hot water. Cool, right, so that should work. Water heater. Nothing's blown up yet. Well, that's pretty anticlimactic. Let's come back in 5 minutes and see if we've got hot water. Right, so this is what I need to do with the heat exchanger. So I've got this piece here, that has got to go inside these two. It's got to go inside that one and then that one down there. So because they are pretty tough pipes and this is a real tight fit, it's a 15mm hole and I've either got 14 or 16. Obviously I'd rather have it too big, I'll stretch it. So I've got a heat gun, so I'm going to get a bit of heat on it. Nice little Black & Decker, 60 euros, 70 euros. So yeah, going to get a little bit of heat on it, see if I can heat it up just so it becomes a bit more malleable, and then we might be able to get the hose inside. Let's give it a try. Cool, so I've got my first hose in. I basically had to open this up and take it out of place so I can actually gain access to these two here. So that's the engine out and that's the engine in. This big bloody huge thing, I can't get it in there and turn it on. So I've got this out so I can basically get access to it here and turn it in place. Hopefully that should work. Hopefully. Let's give it a shot. Right, so one of the big hoses I got was big enough and then the other one wasn't. So I've gone and bought this much larger one, which is now going to go bend around in here. So it's going to go from there over to there, but I need to figure out a nice way to bend it. Cool, so I've got this done and finished. It's taken a while. So this is what it looks like. It's like a cable jungle and a hose jungle. So I've got my hot water out, hot water in down there. This goes to the heat exchanger. So this is where it comes out. And this one here is where it goes in. So this is a bit of a pain in the arse because every time you needed to do something with these, you basically had to unplug everything and then pull the water heater out because you can't like spin these in place, so a bit of a nightmare. But that's it, so that's good to go now. That's took twice as long as I'd expect, as things always do on boats. You look at a job and you're like, oh, that's not going to take too long, and then you remember that you're 6'2" and you have to do it in a hole, and that's what's hard. It's not the actual work itself, it's fitting in the spot to actually do the work. Okay, next project.